Okay, perfect. Pray out today. Sorry, I'm not very loud spoken. I wish I was a lot louder than this. But to get started, I will go ahead and introduce y'all to Dr. Allen and let her introduce herself. Okay, thank you for coming in today.
Of course, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I am Dr. Kayla Allen. I'm the creator of Dear Mixed Girl. What I do in my work is I work with women of diverse backgrounds, helping them to understand who they really are inside, allowing that to be present, and giving themselves a bold space to create the powerful future that they want. So today's session is going to be very interactive. Like I mentioned, we'll get a little feedback from you guys. We'll do some things together, and we'll make sure we learn something powerful to be able to walk away with. Okay? On we go. Big question. What makes you who you are? Take just a few seconds. Think about that big question. What makes you who you are? Down to the smallest of things. Yes.
Authenticity.
Absolutely. That is huge. Yes.
I noticed I was a healer.
Say it again.
A healer.
A healer. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Morals. Definitely. Yes.
Experiences.
Absolutely. Everything we go through makes us very, very different. When we think about who we are, that's such a big question, but at the same time, only we can answer it. You can think about the smallest of things that make you who you are: your hair, your skin color, the music you love, the food you like to eat. All of those things come together to create something that is so big and meaningful in the world, in your family, in yourself, and everything you do. If we think about the big word of truth, the truth is something that we create. It is something we defined. If we understand what the truth is, we become more in tune with who we are. They're interchangeable. When you think about being someone who is authentic, you are showing up as yourself over and over again, whether that means someone likes it, someone understands it, or someone wants nothing to do with it. You are being true to you. So, a lot of you already did this, and I want you to be able to write things down just as well. So if you weren't one of the people that answered the question, I want you to answer for yourself so that you can reflect back on it. What makes you who you are? One thing, one. There's hundreds of things that make you who you are. What is one? One thing that makes me who I am is my ethnicity. I'm a woman that is of a diverse background. I am African American and Mexican American. I'm proud of both and 100% of both at all times. I embrace that in what I wear, in the way I wear my hair, in the way I communicate, and I feel good about it. That's something we have to remember. Being truthful with who you are should make you feel good. Why does your identity matter? Think about things that only you can do. Are you a person who's a storyteller? Are you someone who enjoys to read? Are you someone that loves interacting with other people because you like seeing where they come from, seeing things that you may have never heard before? What are things that make you truly unique? You have to be the one to embrace those things and be glad they exist. No matter what life you lead, no matter what it is you do, in every room you walk into, you have brought something new to the table. You have created something that is meaningful. You look at your peers around you. You may know the person next to you, you may not. However, all of you are here right now for a reason with something amazing to bring to the table. Nothing can change that. All in all, when we work together, when we create the lives that we want to have, we are bridging gaps. Think about the thing that you truly love to do. Maybe it's what you call your purpose. What does that mean for you? How does that look? I know my purpose in the work that I do is to empower people to be their best selves. That's amazing. There's something each and every one of you does that is creating something that is bridging the gap. Things are coming together because of what you bring to the table. You are a gift. If no one has ever told you that, you are a gift. You are a blessing. You are something that is changing the world, and you matter. All right. I said we're going to get interactive, do things, work together. Okay. So my left side, if you don't know your left from right, left, my right. Okay. We're going to think about these questions and you're going to answer them. They're quite simple. It literally tells you 1 or 2, yes or no. Okay. So at birth, did you have 1 or 2 parents, parental figures? Left side. 1, 2, 2, 1. 1 or 2 parental figures when you were born.
I was born.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 1, you, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so it seems like 2's winning over here. Winning. We'll say that lightly. Winning. Okay, over here. 1 or 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. Back. Okay. 2. Okay, so 1 barely, 1 over here. Just keep these things in mind. They're the 1 side. These are the 2 side, primarily. The next one, diverse background, yes or no. Some I might be able to physically see it, but I want you to tell me this is your lived experience. Do you come from a diverse background? Yes or no? If I'll make this easier. On this side, if the answer is yes, put your hand up. Okay. On this side, if you come from a diverse background, put your hand up for yes. Okay, so the others are no. So it's a couple more on this side. So remember, huh? You're fine.
I would say yes.
You want to say yes? Okay, that's fine. Absolutely. Like I said, this is your lived experience. You know who you are. Okay. And the last one, languages. How many languages do you speak? These are all just examples. So on this side, if you only speak 1 language, raise your hand. Okay, if you speak 2 languages or more, everyone else. Okay, so it's about even over here. Over here, 1 language or 2? 1. Okay, and 2. Everybody else. So this side is heavy on the 2. Okay. The reason that I did this is so you can understand that there are countless differences that you are always facing. Does that mean you are winning? Not necessarily. It means that you have a different perspective in life. That means that there are some differences that are very present in front of you, but they all matter. Even if someone came up to you right now and said, hey, you know, I grew up in a single parent household and I speak 7 languages and I've been to 15 countries. Okay, that's great. I haven't. Different experiences come to the table, but they all matter. Everything that you do in your life, everything that literally creates your story, that builds your identity and really pushes forward your purpose, it all matters. Every experience, we talked about, one was winning on this side and the other one wasn't. Does that mean that either side is better than the other? No. It just means there are differences. So when we come together, something amazing can happen. We all have various journeys, all of us. Nothing looks the same. We're all in this room right now and we're all having a different experience. All of us. You might be hearing the same voice. You are sitting by the same person. No one's going to be in here playing, mix up the chairs and go sit on this person. Nothing weird's happening. You are all having your own experiences. And that's how life is. Every journey that happens, no matter if it's big, it's small, no matter if you're talking to someone that's 70 and to another person that's 20, every experience is hugely different, but they all matter. What are 3 known differences? And I put on here considerations. Different racial ethnic backgrounds, different financial levels or socioeconomic backgrounds. If you think about someone that you're very close to, let's say it's your best friend or your cousin or your sister, whoever it may be, what are things that you know that you are very different about? Any ideas? Maybe you like different music than this person. Maybe they're a different age than you. Maybe their parents grew up rich and you didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth. What are 3 things that you know are hugely different? I can point out that lady over there behind the camera, that's one of my besties on earth. She and I are very different, but she is my friend because we have a lot of things in common. My hubby over there in the background, he and I have been together for 8 years. We're different, but we have so much in common. It's those things that are so special about each person that is in your life that creates differences, but at the same time, it creates unity. Somehow they kind of come together. They blend and create something that is beautiful, something that is so valuable in life. So when you understand that there are so many things that are different around you in your life, how can you create something that you don't understand? How can you create a future that you want if you know that everywhere you go, everyone you interact with is someone that is different? Quite easy in some ways. In some ways, it just might be intimidating and scary. However, with anything we are trying to do in life, anytime we are trying to create something we really want, it starts here with us. You can't walk into a room and tell someone, hey, I want you to do X, Y, and Z, whether it's a child, your parent, somebody that you're working with. You cannot do these things and expect it to be done well if you're not self-aware within yourself. You have to be able to give what it is that you want to receive. Plain and simple. 2 worlds become one. So I'll go back to the reference of having 2 different people. We'll go on the extreme end. There's the 70-year-old and the 20-year-old, and they're best friends. How? I don't know. It's happened. However, we want to think about what it is that the 70-year-old experiences and what it is that the 20-year-old experiences, and how does it work together? In some ways, they are starkly different. Age, things they experienced in life, things they've seen on television, the way that technology has evolved. You see these huge things that have happened in these people's lives. But somehow, perhaps it's the fact of there being change, of there being growth, of there even being curiosity that allows them to come together. Now, I used a drastic image here on the right side. Obviously, we are not in some weird planet about to collide situation. That's not what happens when the 70-year-old and the 20-year-old come together, obviously. However, something big happens. If the person that's 70 years old is willing to be so open to say, you know, I've seen so many horrible things. My husband was in the war. I've had 6 children. Now they're all grown, doctors, lawyers, etc. Beautiful story. Something to be learned at every turn. The 20-year-old has none of that. But does that mean he, she, they cannot be able to receive that information? They can't be willing to accept some wisdom, something that's different from themselves so they can grow. So is it possible for 2 worlds to collide? Yeah, it definitely is. Compassion and understanding equals empathy and positive outcomes. Unique contributions are valuable. Very, very. Just like when I ask you guys a question, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want to listen to you because I had eggs for breakfast. I'm going to listen to you because you have gorgeous hair. No. The experiences are all valuable. Every single one of them. You get to decide what is unique in the conversations you have. What is unique in the population that you serve? You're fine. All of those bits and pieces come together and they're magical. All of them. One answer, one response, one difference does not outweigh the other. All of it comes together for something greater. All of it. Like I said, coming together can change the world. That's not something that I'm just saying because it sounds pretty. Definitely not. Think about something as simple as me being the speaker in this room right now. Something that I said, something that I wrote down, something that I did stood out for me to even be standing here right now. That's how life works. Every moment you experience, everything you go through, every time you step into a new place, and like myself, you tell yourself, I belong here. It's true. You can change the world by just being you. Tools in the moment. I like to tell people you all have a toolbox, all of you. It might be a different color. It might be a different shape. It might have rust on there because it's great grandpa's. However, what's inside of that toolbox is up to you. You learn a lesson. Oh, that's another tool in the toolbox. You grow a little. You get your heart broken. Whatever it may be, another tool in the toolbox. Now, does that mean that this individual's toolbox can help you build something? No, not at all. It is your toolbox to access. Every time you put a tool in the toolbox, it is a lesson, a source of wisdom, and something that you can use later. So when you go somewhere, when you are talking to someone, you can ask yourself, I wonder if I have that wrench that I used last week, just as an example. Because I remember when I used that wrench, I was able to blah, whatever it is. You can go back and access sources of wisdom, no matter where they come from in your life, and use them to create something better. It might sound so simple, but what if I decided to go build a house and I had a hammer, but no nails? Is that going to work out well? Probably not. So you have to tell yourself, this is what I'm experiencing. Am I prepared for it? Am I able to take just a moment and step back to say, let me think about it. Did I use that tool correctly last time? Did I drop it on my foot last time? Did someone come and help me last time? You are listening. You are stopping in the moment. You are challenging yourself to understand that you already have what it takes if only you go into your toolbox. How can you give without first receiving? Can you do that? You can answer. You say yes. Anybody say no? Is that impossible? I'm definitely curious. It's not impossible. I agree. Every time you go somewhere, anytime you do anything, you can give. Whether it's a smile, a word, support, a reminder to tell someone, hey, you look beautiful today. You are giving. Even being yourself, you are giving something. And you don't have to be on a receiving end of that because it is something that is beautiful already. So can you give without first receiving? Yes. Anytime you were thinking about something that you can give to yourself, think about it as nourishment. We'll all look at the food over there and imagine that we're super hungry. We're going to just... You are telling yourself, hey, this is a moment where I can reflect. This is a moment where I can own this time. One thing that is so important to me is meditation. I have grown and grown into it. And I challenge myself to think about what it is I really want in life, what it is I can do, because I deserve that. It's my own way of giving back to myself and creating the future that I really, really want. Another reference that I have that I truly love, and I'd never heard it said like this ever. Think about yourself as a garden. Imagine a garden however you want it to be. It has tall trees, it has beautiful flowers, it has mazes along the way, it even has stories about where they came from, who planted them there. Your garden is you. So, what does it take to make a garden grow?
Seeds.
Soil, seeds, yes. Nourishment, rain, water. The sun, absolutely. We definitely need some light. Now, if you think about that for yourself, I said you're a garden, you're imagining your beauty as we stand here. Are you really giving yourself all of those things that you need in life to make sure you are nourished? Every person has a garden. I call it the mental garden. Things we put inside of ourselves, whether it's music we listen to, conversations that we have, people that are in our lives, whether good or bad. All of these little things are contributing to our garden. So if you're choosing to nourish yourself, if you are choosing to water and tend to that seed that you so carefully planted, aren't you going to get what it is you're trying to receive?
Also, you need to protect it as well.
Absolutely. There's so many things we have to be mindful of when we're taking care of those things inside of ourselves that we know we need, that we know we care about. Would you tell yourself all of a sudden, hey, I don't need my heart anymore. I'm just going to put it over here? No, it's not a good idea. You take care of all those small things because they matter. The same goes with everything around you. The same goes with children. You can't pick and choose and say, you know, today I like you, tomorrow I don't. Scoot. No. All of the things that we're putting inside of ourselves, every time we're telling ourselves, hey, you know, I need a moment. I need to just sit here and breathe. Don't you think the person on the other end of the table deserves that too? They have a garden just as well. All of it creates something bigger than what we are. We just have to keep it in mind. Cultural competency. I'm not going through all of this. I'm not here to lecture you. I asked a very simple question. Why be competent when you can be proficient? This is competence here. This is proficiency, if anybody can't see in the background. Now, when we think about what these differences are, we can say, you know, I'm competent because I understand the plight of the person that's next to me. I understand that people come from different places, have different experiences, and I want to do something. That's competent. You've gathered information. You've taken the time to say you actually care about whatever it is you're trying to create. Now, to be proficient, that's another story. That's like saying lessons versus wisdom. We can all learn something at any given time. Now, do we take that lesson, create something that is beyond that, and say, this is the new norm? Yes. Proficiency is literally saying, I understand all of these concepts. I understand what's going on. Now I have established something that is new, but something that I'm going to automatically follow. I am in tune 100%. Just as well, you're still in the ability to learn. So it's all important. You understand that things are happening in front of you. You understand people are experiencing life. You understand that there are so many differences from one person to another. But you're taking that to the next level and you're saying, I care about this thing. I'm going to make sure my team understands it. I'm going to make sure that I implement something new in my life. So when something does come about, because it will, I can do something about it. I don't have to question it. I don't have to walk in reverse trying to figure out what I did wrong necessarily, because I already have the tools in my toolbox. Okay, more activities. Okay, so there's going to be a few different puzzles we're going to do. On the tables, I put a baggie of puzzles. There's a picture there. So if you're somebody that's like, I hate puzzles, look at the picture. One rule, you cannot ask me a question right now or while you're building the puzzle.
Wait. Do this count as a question?
It's going to work towards something important.
So I can't ask you a question about the puzzle. is what you said.
Nope.
So just solve the puzzle.
Yep.
He said, none of that work.
No questions. Yes. Working your tables, help each other.
I'll do this by myself.
You're the master at arms. It's fine.
So someone can be in charge.
Don't let them ask you a question either. No.
I'm a kid too.
No questions. These are giant puzzles. It's not going to take you 12 hours.
It should
have brought the little ones. 1,000 It's laid on the floor.
That would have been kind of funny, actually. Been a lot of noise, though. Where's this place? Good. I love the teamwork. Make your brains work.
I told you we was missing a piece. All right, we finished. We're missing a piece though.
No questions, no answers.
Okay, we're finishing.
Okay, 2 are finished. Okay. It's a puzzle. This is too funny. I had a feeling it would work this way.
Business. She called it Pretty Girl Privilege. But her name is like PGP. We call it Pretty Girl Posse. She was something like that. Pretty Girl Posse. And she don't want to tell nobody what PGP stands for. So she always wants her clothes line and all that. So it's a lot of work. So we have to get a hard idea. I know what it means.
Okay. Aren't they pretty?
And so, I was here last year. I really noticed how passionate.
I don't even know how I got it out.
And typically goes in different.
I think it's like 2 minutes. Got it.
Well, bringing you here. Good question. It's been about 2 years. So it's great.
We're waiting on one more.
He's going.
It's
like, oh yeah, I was here.
So it was kind of funny when I was like, oh wow, it's like this opportunity. So I know quite a lot of people. I see a lot of people on my regular. Sometimes I can be, off somewhere at school working, and it's like, oh,
I got the email to tell her. Bonjour.
It's
I ain't gonna lie, I wanna go to Paris, but Paris is so expensive.
that goes different schools.
You're gonna need at least 20 minutes.
Those different events.
At least.
Well,
You think I'm an
some
introvert?
kids, different grades, they don't necessarily require that 4 degree. Believe it or not,
I watched.
So funny, like either you're a puzzle person or you're not. I hate puzzles in reality. I just
nutrition, phlebotomist,
so funny.
Foundry operated manufacturing technician. We have some new ones coming out as well. But we usually like hands-on demonstration. So the kids go to electricians, they get to install light fixtures and light bulbs. If they're at phlebotomy, they actually draw fake blood from lawns. If they're at pilot technician,
I think I'm gonna change this game a little.
it's very interactive.
It reminds me, there's an organization, it's a national organization called OTAN. And their big mission is to help a million African-American people get into well-paying corporate jobs without necessarily.
Okay, for the sake of a lesson, I'm gonna tell y'all to stop in the back. You're giving me ideas.
You gotta look. The key to puzzles is do the border first, and then work your way on the inside.
There you go. You're so
I
close.
might just go find me a puzzle now.
That's why I want to
So you say you're done?
Yeah, it's obviously about that.
Okay, let's pull it back in. Hey. Okay, so remember I said no questions before, during, and you heard people say, I'm missing a piece. I'm missing a piece. First, you didn't follow directions because I said don't. True. In part, but you made a statement to me.
You said don't ask me questions.
Fine, let you have it. You are missing pieces.
I knew it.
But I did that on purpose. When you go somewhere new, when you are trying to figure out the puzzle of life, sometimes you have the background. You understand, hey, this is what I'm trying to create. I have an idea. I know I need to put some pieces together. I don't know the order. So you're trying to figure it out. You're moving the pieces about in life. You get to the end. Does that mean you know everything? Does that mean the next time you are trying to create your next goal, your next puzzle of life, that you know what to do from beginning to end? No. It's impossible. Everything we do in life is a puzzle. You are trying to solve something. Now, like what I did toward the beginning, I asked left side, right side, who has this, who doesn't have that? Think about people like puzzles. Some people have more answers than others. Some people have experiences that have taught them something that is going to maybe give them an advantage. Does that mean you are not in a space of competing with them? Does that mean you cannot still get where you are trying to go because you are missing a few pieces? No. So for those of you who did have a piece missing, can you still see the picture?
It's like the foundation of the tower.
That's a good fact. So if you're missing the foundation of what it is you're trying to create, you're missing the cornerstone of your house, your business. Can you build something on top of that that's going to be stable?
Without a foundation, no. But you can try.
You could, and you could slowly watch it deteriorate too.
Top of like Jenga block.
There you go. But that's life. Sometimes we have those answers. Sometimes we say, you know, I'm going to try to figure this out. I don't quite understand it just yet. Let me turn this way. Let me try this direction. Like a Rubik's Cube, twisting and turning, trying to match the colors. And that's fine. We all challenge ourselves to try to learn more and to create something that's different by going through our puzzle of life. It doesn't matter if you have all the pieces. It doesn't matter if the child that you are working with doesn't know the answers, doesn't have 2 parents at home, doesn't speak more than 2 languages, doesn't have $50,000 or $100,000 to go to school. Can they not put their puzzle together? Yes, they can. Perhaps there's a piece that you have that you can add to it. Okay. Now, there's a couple of these that I put together. They're very simple. Don't say anything. You're going to speak out. I'm not going to ask you anything. You just tell me which direction to go, and we're going to go from the beginning to the end. Whose voice I listen to? I don't know. Somebody's. We'll get somewhere. Okay? So you're just going to say left or right. Understand? Nobody confused? It's a maze. You've seen these things before.
It's like straight.
You could say straight. You could say backwards. You could say turn around. Just a direction. Got it? Okay. We see where the entry point is, right? Yes. And we see where the exit is. Okay. Ready? Where do I go?
Down.
Left.
Down. Left.
Down.
Right. Up. Right. Up. Up. Left. Up. Right. Down. Right. Up.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Down. Left.
Down.
Down.
Right.
Down.
I thought we were about to go in a circle. Somebody was saying go backwards. I don't know what was happening there. Okay, we made it. We got out the maze, all right? 2. Oh, don't worry. It's only going to get better. Okay. If you can't see, move yourself. Okay. Now, here, there are 5 entrances or exits. I'm just going to listen to a random voice, choose a random number, and we'll see where we go.
5.
Right.
Down. Oh, no.
Okay, wait, no, no.
And we're stuck.
Left.
Then you
Forward.
can't go anywhere.
Down. There you get it. Left.
You keep stuck.
You
You're
go down.
stuck.
Five.
No, you don't. When you go down, you go right, and go down again. You go
No,
left.
you're stuck in 3.
Oh,
I think-
that's too far.
Yeah, you're stuck.
5.
Okay.
Right. Up. Right. Up. Left. Up. Left. Up.
Right.
Up.
Right.
Right. Up. Right. Up.
Yeah.
Yay.
Once.
Different entrances. Think about how this works in life. Everybody starts from somewhere different. People were saying all the numbers. Left, right, up, down, back. That's how people work. Everybody has a different entrance point. But somehow, maybe you get to where you're trying to be, or maybe you hit a roadblock. Maybe.
Oh, wow. That's a first
I told you it was just going to get more fun.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, I mean.
Okay, this one's not intentional. I'm just saying.
Can we-
All right, so this is you walk through the door.
You find the stairs and scream, help. Yes, that's the answer right there. However, I put this up here on purpose, okay? If we think about something that we have in life, let's say you just built a new house. We'll keep going with the tools idea. You just build a new house, okay? If you are creating something that is modern, okay? Maybe you have one direction to go because your version of modern might not be your version of modern, okay? If we think about something that we're trying to create that is vintage, everybody has a different definition of vintage. She and I are addicted to antique shopping, just saying. Vintage, what does that mean? Do you go this way because you like old elements? Do you go this way because you see yourself having big curtains and grand pillars and fancy couches?
Yes.
Me too, probably. You say, Understand that one, definitely. Every turn you take in life, you can say, I want this to go this way. It's your experience. That can happen like that. Does that mean that you will not spend time turning left and right, going backwards and trying to figure it out because you don't know the answers? Yes. No matter who you are, no matter what you have, your differences matter because they're a part of your life experience, but they're going to challenge you. Every puzzle you face is probably going to be harder than the next one. But does that mean you don't deserve what it is that you're trying to have? The maze is matter. So I just want you to look at this one, just real quick.
That's
Yeah, the answer is go around. That's funny.
You know?
So I put this on here on purpose, again, like the others. Life will challenge you to turn backwards and forwards and left and right. And sometimes the answer is right in front of you because you just needed to look inside of yourself. Sometimes you will hit a brick wall. Sometimes there will be a child that you're trying to serve or a child that you're trying to raise, but you don't have the answers. You feel like you have literally run smack into a brick wall, but can you not create something that you want, something that you need, something the child needs? Yes, you can. What did you learn from the puzzles? Anybody? Anything? Whether it's the puzzle on the table or these.
Wait, you said what did I learn from the puzzle?
Uh-huh.
I learned that even though you don't got all your pieces, just keep going.
Very true.
And sometimes you don't go through the maze, you go around.
That's true, though. Sometimes you can avoid crazy stuff that's right there if you kind of just think outside the box. So there are advantages and disadvantages to your journey. Like I said, it doesn't matter who you are, what you came from, what you know, etc. There are going to be things you don't understand. If I would have walked in front of you at the grocery store, would you have known that I was a speaker? I'm a huge introvert. You would never guess that I was a speaker. But I know who I am. I know where I'm going. And I would hope that you know that too. Your reflection, your understanding of yourself can help you so much. Even if there are small things you know that you're unfamiliar with, can you challenge yourself to do that? Can you ask somebody for help? Can you go to someone and say, hey, I remember when you did this and I loved it. How can I do that too? When I first started doing any kind of speaking, I was terrified. Even the smallest of things like making a video online, terrified. I didn't want to do it. I was wondering, are people going to judge me? Am I going to say the right things? Can I inspire somebody like I'm truly thinking that I can? The question and the answer came from me. I already knew at some level there was something I needed to say. I already knew that there was something inside of me that was helping to create a bridge for someone else. That's who you are. And everything you do, understanding who you are, all of the pieces, all of the puzzles, all the tools that you have in your toolbox, if you can understand those things, you are going to create something outside of yourself that is so much bigger than you could ever imagine. If we choose to change, no matter how big or small the change is, what do we get? What does it mean to change? In a world of diversity, every person that is sitting at every table has had to create some source of change. They have had to find some way to get through life, some way to get the job they want, some way to remind themselves when they are feeling horrible that they can still do it. If you are willing to change, that's the part, willing. You can be aware you need a change, but do you do it? If you are willing to do that, you are going to create something new inside of yourself. You are going to create something new in the world. Everything we do has a ripple effect. Very simply, you change one thing about yourself, someone else will notice it, someone else will take that information, use it inside of themselves, and create things that are in a new environment that is for the better. Giving compassion, it sounds so boring to a T, really. You understand that you should be kind to people. You understand that you should be helping someone out if they're facing something difficult. But can you take a moment to make those steps happen? Every step we take, big one, a small one, a backwards one, whatever it is, all those steps are helping us to get to somewhere else. So if we understand that all of our experiences matter, if we understand that every person's diverse background, whatever it may look like, if we're saying someone has a lot of experience at work and another person is just starting, these are different journeys, but they both matter. Everything you do is important. You walk into a room and you say, you know, this is my first day on the job, but I know I'm here for a reason. I'm terrified of my new boss. I know everyone in here has been here more than 10 years. Do I really matter? Are they still going to hear me? Does my voice count for something? The answer is yes. Every part of the puzzle matters. So you need to ask yourself, what can you do in this diverse world where everyone is so different but so valuable? What can you do with those things to really be compassionate? Each walk is different. It doesn't matter if you're the person that had the straightforward, easy path, 2 parents, you had everything you needed to go to Ivy League college, you got a fabulous job, you have a beautiful home, you have the perfect marriage. Nothing that exists. I'm just saying. You have all these things that are already there in front of you. That's great. That's fine. You've done something with it. What if you were the person that has to go through the rocky terrain? What if you're the person that had to climb? What if you're the person that has to ask 20, 30, 50 people, hey, I see you look like me. You understand what I've experienced. Can you help me? Can you use all of those steps, all of those pieces that truly make you different? And understand, yeah, they're a challenge. They are so difficult. And sometimes they make you want to break down and cry. And that's fine. But can you use all of that to empower yourself to really create what you want? Again, yes. So I said all of that to go back to the question, how do identity and diversity shape the world? The answer is up to you. No matter how it is that you're facing it, no matter what it is where you're trying to help someone or you're trying to help yourself, everything that makes you unique, everything that makes the space different, powerful, something that you truly want, it all matters. So how do identity and diversity change the world? In an instant. Plain and simple. You walk into the room, you say, hey, I'm different, but I know I have value. You've changed the world. We are. That's the whole thing. He says we're all the same. It's valuable. It's true at some level, but it's those pieces that make us different to help us to come to understand that we are one. Uniqueness is of value. Who you are is truly of value. Nothing can erase that. Diversity is always going to be there. Your identity, who you truly know you are, is always going to be there. It's your decision if you want to let your light shine. So that's that. Before you leave, if you can, review my session. It's going to take you like 40 seconds. I would really, really appreciate that. Anybody have any questions?
You said do a survey?
Yes. Well, thank you.
And then I know it's probably also gonna be different. The ones on the table is for T-Noise to also know how y'all like rate the session. It's 3 questions as well, and each table should have that included with this. So do yours first. That's important, and then y'all can have the time, this week will always be here. Put that out.
Oh.
And then, to close out this session, thank you, Dr. Allen.
Of course.
For your message.
Definitely.
I enjoyed it.
Go ahead.
You know, but do y'all have any questions for Dr. Allen? Or?
Any feedback, anything?
Do you have like a card or a brochure or anything?
I do.
There's some brochures, that's true.
If you don't have any, there's plenty here. Brochures, yes.
Yeah, I had to drop a couple on the table. If y'all need a couple more, there's some up here.
If anybody wants to leave their contact information, you have a question, you want to see where I'm speaking next, whatever, I have those here too. Just a little paper. But I do thank y'all for coming. I'm grateful for this experience, and I'm always glad to talk about diversity. I mean, some people say they get tired of hearing it. Some people don't want to be trained on it, but it always matters. Even if somebody came in today and said, I'm going to teach you the ABCs of diversity, and you're going to know everything when you leave the room. Does that mean 3 months later you remembered everything? Refreshing, understanding the value of everything that is present in your world, it is always going to matter. So whether you said you are from a diverse background or not, you are always going to encounter diversity. Even the scenario we talked about, the 70-year-old and the 20-year-old, that's a diverse experience. That's not common. Every time you are in a room with anybody, you are going to face a diverse experience. And it's your decision if you want to put the pieces of the puzzle together or if you want to tell me that you're missing a piece. So keep that in mind. Travel through life and do what you need to do for yourself, but understand that whether we're talking about children or we're talking about adults, we're talking about a new job, something that you're learning for the first time, every experience is diverse. Every part of your identity is critical to your outcome. So don't ever be the person that is trying to fit in. Don't be the person that thinks that they have to change in order to fit into the room or they have to bend themselves, etc. Don't be that person. As the example, I'll go back to me again. I have told myself by choice and because I'm happy that I'm going to wear diverse cultural wear every time I speak, every time. Whether I'm talking about one side of who I am or the other, because I'm proud of it. I decide to stand tall and proud in my shoes, and I hope you do too. Thank you. Thank you. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the conference.
That was amazing.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Follow her on Instagram, like, I know this lady.
Is it one in cars?
Speak to group people.
Yes. So if you had any question, you were looking for coaching, whatever it may be, it'll be right there. I can connect back to you. Thank you.